Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are looking for a kid-friendly keto video as well as kid-friendly keto foods, and if you want to hear my kids' keto journey, then definitely stick around. Alright y'all, so this is a special video because this is a collab video with 3 other YouTube creators that create keto content, and I will link all of their channels in the description box below. Go click on those links, check them out, subscribe to them because all 3 of these women are amazing women. The first one is TONI DAMIAN. She is the one that thought of doing this collab video, so I just want to take a minute to say thank you, TONI, for inviting me into this collab because that really meant a lot to me. That you thought of me to ask me. So thank you so much. I feel blessed that I could be a part of this. So again, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Definitely go check out TONI's videos. She does meal prep videos, she does grocery hauls, she even does live videos. So go and check her out, show her some love, tell her I sent you. But yes, go subscribe to her because she is amazing and I love her personality. The next one is NICOLE BURGESS. Go check her out as well. I've known NICOLE for a long time. I've known NICOLE since our couponing days. So she started keto back in January and she is killing it. She looks flippin' amazing. But she does grocery hauls, she does weekly keto vlogs, she does Dollar Tree hauls. Just go check her out. She again has an amazing personality. I have loved NICOLE forever, and definitely go check out her channel, subscribe to her if you're not already, and again, tell her I sent you. And then last but not least is Sarah from Cooking with Autism. Definitely go show Sarah some love. Again, her channel name is Cooking with Autism because she is amazing. She did a video on how she lost 121 pounds. She does all kinds of cooking videos. Again, I just love her personality, and all 3 of these women, I just can't talk highly enough. Just go down there, click the link, go check out their channel, subscribe to them, and tell them all I sent you, and show them all a ton of love. Alright, so moving on to kids and keto. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not saying put your kids on keto or anything like that. I'm just basically gonna tell you my thoughts on it and kind of how keto helped my kids. Then I will also link 2 videos, one from Dr. Kimberly and one from Dr. BERG about kids on keto. If you want to research it more if you're interested. I too was skeptical about kids on keto because I always had in my brain that kids need carbs, you know, kids have to have carbs to have energy and for their brains to work and all that good stuff. But the more research I did, the more I was like, that's really not true, because if you really think about it, if you think back many years ago, thousand years ago, kids back in that day, they didn't have carbs, they didn't have all this stuff. I mean, they were pretty much keto kids. I mean, that's pretty much what they were. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but breastfeeding babies are in a state of ketosis all the time because breast milk is keto, because it's full of fat. I actually didn't even realize that until just recently. And then many years ago, like I said, back in the day, parents only had access to meats and vegetables and maybe berries. So kids back in the day were really like keto kids, and when it comes to my kids and how it's affected my kids, my son, he was a good 40 pounds overweight, and it was just kind of spiraling out of control. My kids were your typical kids that ate goldfish and ate Oreos and Doritos and all this stuff, and they ate meals too. They would eat, I don't know, I thought was what I used to think was a good meal. I'd feed them spaghetti and bread, or I would feed them, some chicken and some mashed potatoes with bread, and it was like such a carby dinner, and that's how I fed my kids, and I thought I was doing right. And then they would have these snacks like goldfish and, like I said, Oreos, Doritos, whatever, you know, and all that stuff catches up to them. And kids nowadays just eat so much sugar. Kids are like living on sugar, and it's just so unhealthy. I hate to say this, but a lot of kids out there are just so unhealthy. All this sugar that they're intaking and all these processed foods, it all leads to, you know, diabetes and insulin resistant and all these horrible things. And it just sucks because a lot of people don't even realize that they're doing that to their kids, because nobody, I feel like, intentionally does things like that to intentionally harm their children. But anyway, I'm not going to go in deep about that. I'm going to leave those two links to Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Berg down below, so that way if you want to research it a little more, you know, and find articles, find different things to read on it if you're interested in finding out more information on whether or not keto is good for your child. So anyway, my son was very overweight, and he was, like I said, maybe 40 pounds overweight, and basically he went on the keto diet, and literally in the first month he lost like 30 pounds. I mean, he was hitting the gym, he was eating keto, and he wasn't like watching his calories or anything. He was just watching his carbs. He ate when he was hungry, and you know, I mean, probably because he's young and he's a boy and he was going to the gym and his metabolism was like that, so it literally fell off of him. And he's still, you know, I wouldn't say he does keto all the time. He incorporates it, but after that month, he's lost another 10 pounds. So he is down 40 pounds. He is feeling amazing. He's so energetic. You know, before it was like, just to get him away from the Xbox and away from the TV and to get up and go do things was like almost like a chore on my behalf, because I was like, come on, get up, you know, get motivated, let's do this, let's go. But now that he's, you know, lost the weight, and now that he's eating healthier, you can just see it. I mean, his energy level is through the roof. He's excited to go to the gym. He's just a different kid. And then moving on to my daughter. My daughter didn't do keto for a long time because she is a very picky eater. She struggles. But here in the last month, she's been doing keto. Again, she kind of does keto. She's not 100% keto, but the biggest thing we have noticed so far on her keto journey is her acne was pretty bad on her face, and just within a couple of weeks we noticed a huge difference, that her acne was going away, and it was just, her skin was starting to glow, and it was insane. Celine's already small, so she really didn't need to lose weight. She did end up shedding a couple of pounds, because I think with keto, no matter what, you're just going to shed that extra weight because your body knows what's best for your body, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But once she hit that weight that I guess her body wanted her to be at, she stopped. Like, she just stopped losing weight. You know, and Celine works out with me as well. If you watch my keto vlogs, I'm sure you've seen her in my keto vlogs working out with us many times. But yeah, those are the big things. And then Celine has some other health issues that we are going to see if keto helps. I'm not for sure. I don't know. We'll just have to play that by ear, because like I said, she's not 100% keto. She does struggle a little bit because she's so picky, but we're working on it. Oh, and another thing too I wanted to mention is my kids have eczema, and it has really helped their skin issues as well with being on lower carb and keto. So I just wanted to throw all this out there because if I could help somebody, that maybe you have a kid that's slightly overweight, or maybe you have a kid with skin issues, or you know, whether it be acne or eczema or psoriasis or whatever, maybe it'll help your child, you know. But like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not, you know, a health specialist, so don't take my word for it. Do your own research, talk to your doctor. But I just wanted to share that story, and maybe I could try to help somebody. But I have 2 recipes that are kid-friendly that I am going to share with you guys. The first one is Copycat Krispy Kreme donuts, and the second one is chicken strips. So Celine is gonna do the honors of making the donuts, and then I am going to make the chicken strips. And then let me just mention that you don't want to go anywhere because the end has some bloopers. So let's jump in the kitchen.
Okay guys, so we're gonna be making Keto Copycat Krispy Kreme donuts. And the first step is to whisk the egg whites until a stiff peak forms. So next we are going to melt together 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 50 grams of erythritol, and 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to put this in the microwave until it is melted. Okay, so I'm gonna let the butter mixture that I'm just microwaved set and cool down. So while that's cooling down, I'm gonna start mixing the dry ingredients. So this is 150 grams of almond flour. This is 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a pinch of salt. I'm gonna add in both of the egg yolks. Then I'm going to whisk this all together. After this is all whisked together, I'm just gonna pour this in with the dry ingredients. Okay, now I'm just gonna mix this all together until it's fully incorporated. After I stir in the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients, I'm going to start folding in some of the egg whites. So I sprayed my donut pans very generously, and now I'm going to put the batter in it. I preheated the oven at 350 degrees, and now these are supposed to bake for 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, so these ended up cooking for 10 minutes, and after they were done, I put them on this cooling rack and let them sit for about 5 minutes to cool down. And now I'm going to make the icing. So this is 1/2 cup of this organic confectioner sugar. So I'm just gonna pour that into this bowl. And then next, the recipe says 1 to 2 teaspoons. So how much should we try?
I try 1 and then go 1 to 2.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try 1 at. I'm just gonna try 1 at first. That's definitely not enough. Okay. So that was definitely not enough at all. So I'm just gonna do 1 more. Okay, let's try this.
Slowly.
Now I'm just gonna dip it, and my mom showed me how to do it. So
Alright, so this next recipe that I'm going to make is definitely kid-friendly. They're chicken strips, and I don't know about your kids, but my kids love chicken strips. I think most kids love chicken strips, but this is definitely a healthier version. So I threw a couple of eggs in that bowl along with a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and I'm just going to whisk that really well. And that is going to be part of the mixture that we are going to dip our chicken tenders in. Then I am going to throw my dry ingredients in this larger bowl, and I'm just throwing in some almond flour as well as some of that Badia Complete seasoning. And then I'm just going to mix that up. That Badia seasoning is so stinking good. So how I do it is I dip the chicken in the flour first, and then I dip it in the egg wash, and then I go back and forth a couple of times. You can only do it once if you want to. We prefer to do it a couple of times. And then I just continue on until I get the desired amount that I want to throw in the pan, and I did cook these in coconut oil. Don't those look delicious? They're not even done and they look delicious. Wait till you see the final product. So yeah, I just cooked them in that simple little pan in coconut oil. I used organic coconut oil. And how delicious do those look? And those are a hit in my family, so I hope you guys enjoy them as well. All right, you guys. So let me just tell you, those donuts were amazing. That's the first time we made them, and they were bomb. And the chicken strips, you can never go wrong with chicken strips and kids, because those are a major winner in my house. So definitely go check that recipe out for that Copycat Krispy Kreme donut. I will have that link in the description box as well, and definitely go try those because they are amazing. And if you guys make any of my recipes and you guys have Instagram, follow me on Instagram and tag me so that way I know if you liked it or not. I will link my Instagram down below as well. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for those bloopers. And I think that's all I have for you guys right now. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. And don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.
Alright guys, so... Oh, I know. I'm just gonna... Hold on. Shh. It's okay. Slyn, stop stuttering. Add a egg yolk at a time.
I'm just dumping both in there.
Okay, after I stirred in the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients, I'm going to start folding in some of the egg whites. I don't know how to do this. How you fold in egg whites?